Let's go deeper. Once you find the right class and teacher, you have to give some consideration to your scene partner. Why? Why we give this much consideration. Who you work with and how you work with them can make all the difference. And there are two ways to get there. First, figure out who is the most gifted student in the room. Then go and introduce yourself. Explain how much you admire their talent. See if they're willing to work with you. Trust me, there isn't an actor in the world who wouldn't respond well to a little flattery. Depending on who you are as a person, there might involve an ego check. We don't like thinking someone is better, but that we have to learn. If that's the case, get over it. Ego is your enemy. To learn more about that, read this article, The 10 Most Influential Acting Teachers in History. Second thing, figure out who the worst student in the room is. Well, that is after you have found the best student. Figure out who the worst student is in the reason for that. I'm talking about the actor who just doesn't get it. Approach this person too and see if they are willing to work with you. The key is to find a way to help them improve. Why? Because one of the best ways to learn is by teaching. If you want to be truly talented, work with actors who are better than you and help those who ain't that way. You are constantly learning about what you know and what you don't. Here are some backstories on the secret agent, if you want to know more about him. When the secret agent was starting out, he was in the training program at the Blockbuster agency, kind of company that has 3 initials at its name. And I quote his words, "My first move was to lobby for a desk with a top agent, someone I respected and would make a great mentor. My second move was to help the assistant in the next station because, man, that poor bastard just wasn't getting it. And by lending a hand, it helped me understand my strengths and limitations. 2 years later, I was promoted and I became a real agent. The way to become a great actor is by learning and teaching at the same time." I love that article. I had to share that with you, my fellow listeners. Take all what you can. It will take you to the next step. I couldn't have made this up. This is the right podcast for newbie and seasoned actors. Act like you know it, boys and girls. There shouldn't be any reason why you can't make it into an acting career if you like, share, subscribe to this podcast. If you would like, share, and subscribe, as I mentioned, to this podcast, you can find it on many platforms. First, you can find it on anchor.fm/IBornStudio. You can get it on breaker.audio/IBornStudio. You can get it google.com/podcast or IBornStudio. You can get it on radiopublic.com/IBornStudio. And you can also get it on open.spotify.com/IBornStudio. Well, with so much to go and so little time, let me give you the last sets of advice. If you want casting directors to love you, this article from Riser has some great answers for you. Talk about the 21 things to make casting directors happy in the audition room. In other words, make them love you. Not many casting directors going to be happy, but when you can light up that light in them, you are sure to make an impression. So Riser explained, casting directors are your advocates and champion. Your wonderful work makes us look good and actually gets the role cast. Your disconnected, tentative, muddled work does nothing for anyone. So we need you to be great. We are here to host your experience and shepherd you in, not hold you back. We want to share in your excellent work. It makes us happy. Casting directors await you on the other side of the door. You can see as either a gateway or a barricade. These are the advice of Raisa. Raisa is clear. Before I go to the 21 points that she made clear to you all, she further explained. Let's talk a little her approach. Whether it's a pre-read for an associate, full-blown director procedure callback session, this is your time, your experience, your opportunity to do exceptional work. Enter the space and do the work for yourself, for the gratification of the work itself, and yes, to collaborate with others, creative people waiting to figure it out with you. They need you, they can't do it without you. Here are some choices you can make, and they are choices to keep any casting director truly happy in the room. So in other words, she's saying that with these choices that she's going to make 21 different choices, is going to keep any casting director truly happy in the room. So guys, there you have it. I gotta give you the real deal. Please take note and make sense of, write it, observe it, and put it into practice. Number 1, accept the invitation with grace and enthusiasm. You were requested to be here as our guest. Number 2, come to do the work you love so much, not to please or get approval. Very important. Most actors think they have to please somebody. You don't. Just show your real story, show yourself, show the character, and they will love you. Number 3, enter with certainty. Don't give up on your power as soon as the door opens. When you enter that room, do not let casting director or whoever sitting on the podium distract. Do not let them overpower. Take control of the room. Number 4, play on a level playing field. We are all figuring it out together. In other words, the casting director, producers, agents, they are all figuring out the script together as it's been read. So don't think they already got the answer. You just have to make them shiver, make them love, and the rest is yet to see. You will be surprised. Number 5, make no excuses. Leave your baggage outside. Better yet, leave it at home. You come, you make an error, make no excuse. Continue reading. Continue saying your word. Continue. Regardless of how many people who has a script in front of them, it does not matter. You have to continue reading like you make no mistake at all. Make the room your own. It will make us so much more comfortable and engaged. Ask questions only when you are truly need an answer. Hear that? Ask questions only when you truly need an answer. Do you have any questions? It's usually another way to saying actually get ready. So when the casting director asks, or producer asks, do you have any questions? It is another way to say, are you ready? Do not say you have any questions. You ain't required to have any question. Plain and simple. Number 8, know your words and understand what you are talking about. Make them your very own. You don't have to be totally off book, but if you have spent quality time with the material, you're going to know it. Number 9, do your homework on the project. These include knowing all the players and the show of the film, tone and style. Read all the material you can get your hands on. The more you research the material, the more you're prepared to nail this audition. There is no questions about that. Number 10, make decisions and take responsibility for the ones you make. Understood? Number 11, don't apologize ever for anything. If you want more about these techniques, but if you want to read an article, read 5 casting directors sound off. That's what not to do at an audition. That will give you a little more bird's eye view. Number 12, know what you want to do and do it. Then leave yourself available to make discovery, knowing that your homework is done. Now let your preparation meet the moments. Number 13, don't meme. In other words, it's action without words. So don't do it. Or busy yourself with props, activities, or blocking. Keep it simple. The only thing that matters is you in the room. I hope we understand that clearly. Making action without words is not acceptable, plain and simple. This is called busying yourself with props and activities or blocking. Just keep it simple, as number 13 say. Number 14, don't expect to be directed, but if you are, take the direction, no matter what it is, understood how to translate results-oriented direction into action. Number 15, don't blame the reader. Make the reader the star of your audition. According to IBornStudio partner Steve Byrne, engage fully no matter who's reading those lines. Very likely your reader will engage at least to the extent of their capacity if you show up. Number 16, make specific, personal, bold decisions. We want your unique voice to bring the script to life. Only you can bring this character out of its shell. That's everything directors wants to see. Number 17, stillness is powerful. In other words, just like number 13 say, action without words. Don't me. Okay? So stillness is important, and get it straight. Stillness is powerful. Understand how to move and work in front of a camera. Eliminate running in and out and getting up and down. When you are fully engaged, stillness is a wonderful byproduct. Number 18, require no stroking, coding, or love. Directors are there to work. Don't take it personal when we are not touchy-feely. Knowing that we love acting or we love actors, and that's truly why we are here. Number 19, understand that you are there to collaborate. You are being evaluated in terms of how you serve the role and the material. It's not a verdict on your personhood. Judgment is something you can't control. Take your seat at the table. Number 20, what you bring in reflects how you are received. So bring joy, conviction, and ease, and our hearts will open. Share your artistry above all else. Remember that we are all human in those rooms, and you can affect us on an emotional level. It's what we all really want. That's your job. You are being fully present, truthful, personal, and vulnerable is going to give us the ammunition we need to champion you with all our hearts. We all desperately want you to do great work. We are rooting for that every time you walk into the room. You show up and do your fullest, deepest work, and we will slay dragons for you and follow you anywhere. And man, we'll be so happy doing it. You'll have the power to make that for you, for us, for the work. To address all of the above, check out our transformative 8-week classes and create new powerful ritual in your work and career. This is Riza Branham Gracia, who runs a studio for actors in LA. So these transformational new 8-week classes can be achieved at their studio. She works with partner Steve Byrne and the studio BGB Studio, dedicated to actors. Whole journey connecting craft with career. New summer classes and workshops are starting every summer. This post was originally published in May 29, 2013. Still a beautiful world. I remain inspired by that post. My conviction, stay positive, learn the true nature of acting, learn how to master the craft, and present yourself with truthful and personal ammunition so that you could be received in the right way. Casting directors wait on you to make them wiggle, to make them laugh, to make them say yes. Without you, they have no power. Actors, the power is in your hand. Even though you are a newbie or you are a seasoned actor, take control in the room in an audition and do that without questioning, and don't look back. You will have, as I call it, a beautiful world. Thank you. This is IBornStudio podcast with great content for you on a weekly basis. Every weekend we are sure to give you this content, this platform as yours, and we will do so continually as time goes on. We are here for you. Request, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.